Oh, this is such a touchy topic, isn't it? It's like, we all should know by now that the whole goal of society and churches and the government and everything else is to keep you in line, have you be a good boy and girl, don't step out of line, don't speak up, do what you're told, make sure that you have the latest car, the latest purse, the latest house, make sure that you're doing everything in the world that society wants you to do. And most importantly, that means being quiet. Isn't that fascinating? It's like to stand up and to speak out against something that is completely incorrect will not get you a lot of friends and fans. Or maybe it will in certain areas, but in a lot it won't, because most of society just wants you to be quiet. Just the whole thing about children should be seen, not heard. That's pure codependency, right? And we need to really look at how deeply codependent most of us have become. The codependent person has to stay in touch with the news, right? We have to stay in touch all the time. I can't tell you how many people said, well, David, how am I going to know what's going on if I'm not watching the news every day? That's pure codependency. You don't need to watch the news every day. Probably once a month will give you all you need. And yet we want to stay in line, right? We want to be at work and like other people being able to comment on, oh, do you believe what happened on the news last night? To have that type of feeling that you're connected is called codependency. To stand there with a group of people and say, no, I don't watch the news, and then either to walk away or just be silent is an independent person. But to be able to be independent means you have to be willing to rock the boat, walk all over eggshells, crush those damn things. As a matter of fact, that's an independent person. We have all kinds of examples of incredibly independent people. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, for God's sake. There's, millions of people that were independent that went against all of society rules. Mother Teresa holding people with leprosy, that goes completely against society rules, right? That's being an independent freaking person, not caring. I had a buddy of mine that was a Muslim, and he would get out of his car at noon, pull over the side of the road, put his mat down, face Mecca, and do his prayers, right? And he had people, driving by, honking, screaming names at him and everything else. He didn't care. God was first. If other people objected, too bad. The same thing with voting. Did you vote independently, or did you vote because your friends are voting for a certain person or your family is voting? See, that's all codependency. Are you able to say no and follow through? That's being an independent person. If someone says, oh my God, you've got to come to John's party, and you don't want to go to John's party, you go, oh, thank you so much for the invitation, but I'm not able to attend. Why? I'm not able to go. But thank you so much for inviting me. See, these are signs of the independent person. If you're with someone and they tell you they're going to do A, B, C, D, and E, and they don't, you call them out and you set boundaries and consequences. And you say, listen, if you say you're going to do this and you don't, here's the consequence. Oh my God. I was working with one of my clients yesterday, and she's been working on boundaries and consequences within her family and within friends and everything else. And she did a phenomenal job over 7 days. Oh my God. She set the best boundaries and the best consequences, and people quit picking on her. If you need help in becoming independent versus codependent, I have worked with this so long, probably 30 years now, after I went my 1 year of training in codependency. It has been a huge part of my work, because I was so codependent until I went through the course with another therapist. Oh my God, I didn't realize how codependent David Essel was. And it switched everything. And if people love me, I think that's awesome. And if they hate me, that's okay. I'm not going to try to ever convince someone that I'm right and they're wrong. Well, I shouldn't say I'll never. I'm sure I will, but it's not a regular thing for me. If I post something on social media and someone disagrees with me, I don't answer to their disagreement. I allow them to have their own opinion. I don't have to say, I disagree with you. I don't have to say, I agree with you. I don't have to say, you're wrong because of this. I just let it sit. That's being independent. But if you feel you have to reply to every freaking comment on your social media post where people are disagreeing, arguing, etc., you are extremely codependent. Let's shatter it, okay? Independence is awesome. I want you to get there. Go to talkdavid.com. We have a new program, Motivation and Joy, and it's awesome for these type of things. We can shatter codependency. You have to do a little work. It's worth it. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.